What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Man up here coming at you with another video here. I have a special guest joining me via satellite. I'll let you go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
All right, this is Tiger Texas superfan, formerly also known as Clayton Cragen, and I decided to come on with Man Up Sports here today.
I appreciate that. Hey, what I'm gonna end up doing here, I am gonna leave a link to his channel once this video is done here. And then, y'all go check him out because he talks, Texans as well, too. Know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's a Clemson fan, but, he loves the Texans as well. Deshaun Watson, DJ Reader, Hopkins, all them from Clemson. So go check out the channel and see what he's talking about there.
Yeah, I got a new video that just posted up there yesterday. So, yeah, please go check it out. Right. And if you're a Clemson fan, too, hey, this is a perfect channel for you to be on here with me.
Yeah, well, Texas do got some good Clemson players on there. Like I said, a lot of people don't remember DJ Reader. He's from Clemson. We all know Hopkins and Watkins is Watson. Excuse me, is. It's another one.
Watkins is also a Clemson alumni. Carlos Watkins. He came over with Watson in the draft.
Yep. All right, let's go ahead and get into this divisional round matchup. Houston Texans going back to Arrowhead Stadium to play Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I know everybody's going to start thinking, we beat them early in the season. We could have blew them out. Our own mistakes, only gave us a 7-point win. But a win is a win, doesn't matter. But also, too, this is the playoffs. Whole different ball game, as we all know. Whole different ball game. Before I give my thoughts on this, why don't you go ahead and tell them now, Mr. Clayton, what you think about this game?
Well, the last time we faced them in Week 6, we faced a crippled Chiefs team, and that's what a lot of the Chiefs fans are going to say, that we faced a crippled Chiefs team. But what the Chiefs doesn't want to tell you, and what us Texans fans know, we were also crippled in the secondary quite bit, and now we're coming back into the playoffs with a healthy Chiefs team against a healthy Texans team. Okay, and yes, Mahomes, he was favoring his ankle a little bit. Yeah, I can understand that and everything. And you can say that's why he lost the game, is because the previous game that they played with Indianapolis, he had an ankle injury or some sort down there. And the problem with that is that but if it was bothering him so much, why'd they keep him in the game? All right, here's the other problem. With and I'm gonna shout out to a guy by the name of Wink on Third Coast Sports. I'm gonna shout him out, and I'm gonna say, look, if they're so good, how come when we are damaged in our secondary, and at the current point in time, we have the 32nd secondary in the league, which is dead last? How is it that we played all over you guys and we kept Mahomes off the field?
That's a good point. A great point. Yeah, shout out to Wink. Shout out to Huncho, Soft Sports TV. Shout out to all those guys. I got to say this here. I haven't said this in a while. I got to say this here. Huncho is the reason why I started doing this thing. You know what I'm saying? I started saying, you know what? I want to talk a little bit Texans and Rockets myself, too. I'm a Rockets fan, too. Texan fan. I'm a Longhorn fan. I know my special guest here is a Clemson fan, but it's all great. It's all cool.
I meant the same thing. It was because of Soft Sports, Honcho, Spitz, Wink, all the others that I decided to start my own channel. And because there's not really a channel out there for Texans and Clemson fans, and I know there's a lot of Clemson fans that are Texans fans, I thought I'd just decide to start this channel. And so that's why I started my channel like I did. So
that is true. There's a lot of Clemson fans. I did see there are Texas fans, and I met you, and that's pretty good there. Now, before I get my take on this, I want to give a shout out to my special guest here, Mr. Clayton. The super Tigers fan and Texan fan. He gives me shots out on his channel, and every time I upload a video, I'm getting old, as y'all can see the gray hairs. I keep forgetting to give him a shout out. So I said, why don't I do the next best thing? I'm gonna invite him on so we can talk a little bit about this game. So I want to give you an apology for that. I keep forgetting. But we're here now. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk this game.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Hey, we all busy. We got family, we got kids. You know, we all adults here. You know, you shout me out when you can shout me out, man. I ain't no disrespect
there. Alrighty. Now, I agree with you 100% on that. On what you said about the matchup that we had against the Chiefs in Week 6. But me personally, I don't like to use injuries as an excuse. That's just me. And what I mean by that is, I'm going to go back to the Houston Texans 2017 season. I mean, it was a... I don't even want to talk about it. Where we had injuries after injuries after injuries after injuries. We were bringing in retired...
Watson.
Yeah, including Watson. And Hopkins got injured at the end of the season with his ankle. I think that was against either Steelers or the Jets or something like that. I forget. But the whole team was injured. We're bringing in practice players off of other teams' practice squads. We're bringing back retired players, all that stuff. And I never use injuries as an excuse. So for all those fans that like to say, "Oh, this person is injured, this person is injured," y'all can miss me with that. You know what I'm saying? Let's not talk injury. Let's just play the game. You know what I'm saying? Injuries is a part of every sport. Even they even get injured in golf. You don't believe me? Ask Tiger Woods with his surgeries on his shoulders and back and knees. You get injured in every single sport you play. So you can miss me with that. And the reason why I'm saying that is this here. The Texans didn't play their starters in the final game of the season, and still played a pretty decent game with all our backups and our third and fourth stringers.
I don't know if I mentioned it to you, but I know I mentioned to a friend of mine that was watching the Texans game. Oh, it wasn't you. It was a friend of mine. His name's Mike Torres. He has an Instagram account by that same name, Mike Torres. That I've been friends with for quite some time as a huge Texans fan. But I mentioned to him that I forgot. I lost my train of thought here. I have to try to shout him out. I missed my train of thought. Anyways, me and him going back and forth about the Texans and their injuries and stuff like that as well. Talking to him about that. If you want to go back to the Kansas City Chiefs game that we had at home. Back, I can't remember if it was 2017 or it was 2018. I cannot remember. But Mahomes didn't play that game, and Watson did play that game. We played pretty well for Watson. I think it was his rookie year that we played.
Yep.
It was his rookie year, and Mahomes wasn't either. He wasn't there or he wasn't activated yet. And he asked me himself. He said, "How do you think we'll fare against KC?" I said, "Well, KC's a tough opponent. I ain't gonna sugarcoat that. KC's a tough opponent, but I said, I promise you this: Watson will come to play, and he'll show you something that you ain't ever seen before." And by George, we got down, but darn if we didn't almost come back in that game at the very end. I don't know if you remember that game.
Oh yeah, I remember that because he wanted to go for 2-point conversion when there was no more time on the clock, and we ended up losing by one score, which was 8 points. I remember that game. I remember that. And I don't think Mahomes was there yet. I'm not 100% sure. But I know, you're right. He did not play that game. And that kind of shows, the quarterback that we have now. So, I don't know. I just don't like using injuries as an excuse for anything. You never hear me talk about that ever, unless somebody brings it up to me.
Well, look at Hopkins last year. All right, last year he played the entire season, or just about the entire half of the season, with injuries that he played through, he worked through, and he still caught the ball and everything else. That's something else I would like to bring up too. what's going on with Hopkins this year? Last year, man, that joker was like glued to the ball. He never dropped the darn ball. But this year, I've seen more drops from him than I care to even want to admit.
You know, I think what it is that this year, from what I've seen so far, I haven't watched every single Texans game this season, of course not, but the games that I've seen, a lot of times, I'm not trying to use an excuse, but a lot of times, they have been double, triple, and quadruple teaming him. So other players have to step up. For example, I'm going to go back to that Patriots game. If you remember that Patriots game, he caught, like 4 passes or something like that. I might be wrong about the targets, but it was other people that were catching touchdowns, you know what I'm saying, that was getting wide open, the tight ends, the running back, and everything. Hopkins really didn't do too much because they were double and triple teaming him. So other players had to step up. Now with those drops, I don't know, because the man got huge hands. So I don't know. That man, his hands are so big. I don't know if you noticed this, but they had to cut inside the fingers of his gloves so his gloves could fit because they don't make gloves big enough for his hands. That's how big his hands is. So next time you watch the game and you see that, pay attention. You'll see inside each finger they cut so the gloves will fit his hands. That's how big his hands are. So I don't know what's going on with those drops.
That is crazy, man. I never knew that.
Yeah,
about him, man.
He said he has 5X hands. Like,
wow,
that is ridiculous. But
I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm gonna bring this up, and I'll let you go on to whatever you were wanting to talk about. But I'm gonna bring something up that the people keep joking about when I say this. They think it's hilarious that I bring this up. Okay, you've got Will Fuller. He is a game changer, correct?
Yeah, he can be. Yep.
All right. When he's healthy, he's a game changer.
There you go.
Most of the time, right?
Yep.
So here's my thoughts, right? And people think that I'm stupid for saying this, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it anyway. All right. And this is a part of me as a Clemson fan, and this is also part of me as I know what the guy can do. Okay. So if at the end of the season you decide that you want to get away from Will Fuller, who do you replace Will Fuller with? And I love Will Fuller. He was probably one of my favorite targets and everything is Will Fuller. But who do you replace that's comfortable with Watson, that has played with Watson before? Who do you replace Will Fuller with? Because he pretty much he has no comparison. Correct? Would you say that? Would you agree to that?
Oh, you know what? I gotta kind of agree to a certain extent. But I'm gonna let you continue before I go deep into that. Go ahead.
Okay, so here's the problem that a lot of people have with me when I say this, and there's a reason behind what I'm saying there. It's not because I'm just a Clemson fan. I am a Clemson fan, and I would love the reunion again, but it's not mainly because of this. Okay, you have Will Fuller that whenever he's on the field, his hands are like glue, similar to the DeAndre Hopkins, where that joker hardly ever drops the ball. Now, he has dropped it a few times this year, but I'm saying like years past that I've seen him play, he hardly drops the ball, and he's a deep threat. So my point to all of this is saying, okay, the Raiders this past year, in the 5th round, they drafted one of my favorite wide receivers and one of Watson's favorite wide receivers in Clemson, which is Hunter Renfrow. And that joker is just like DeAndre Hopkins. And that joker, I kid you not, when Watson was there for Clemson in the national championship game, and he asked him whenever he won the national championship against Alabama, and he was asked, why did you throw it to Hunter Renfrow? You know what he said? Did you listen to that interview? Do you know what he said?
No, I didn't see that one.
Watson said, I threw it to Hunter Renfrow because I know he would make the catch. Me and him are on such the same level. We're like, you can't see me right now, but with 2 fingers crossed, we're like that. We know each other just like Nuke Hopkins knows Watson. That's how close they are together as far as receivers. And so you have him on one end replacing Will Fuller. You have Nuke on the other end. You have Stills in the middle. you unstoppable, man. You're unstoppable, and you give Watson a weapon he's already comfortable with, that he already trusts, and everything. Yes, he's a rookie and everything. I'm telling you, you would be unstoppable.
I can see your point on that. I can see that. The Raiders already helped us with Conley, so I can see that. I don't know.
And they use him, but they don't use him properly with the Raiders. I've seen him because the Raiders is probably my second favorite team in the NFL, and the reason why is because this past year they got three of the Clemson players that I love the most, which is Trayvon Mullen, Hunter Renfro, and Cleveland Ferrell. Those are three players that I absolutely loved on Clemson, and they got three of them.
Okay.
And I always keep watching them, but they have not used Trayvon Mullen, which is cornerback. They have not used him properly. Clemson, when they do defense, Venables does defense. They do a lot of man-to-man coverage, and that's what he thrives in. Again, the similar strength to what the Texans do. The Texans run a lot of man-to-man. That's why they got Conley, because Conley runs a lot of man-to-man. That's his strength. So they don't use those players properly. And Cleveland Ferrell, everybody on the Raiders want him gone because and he's a defensive end. They want him gone, but they don't understand. One, he's a rookie, and this is his first season in the NFL. Two, they're not utilizing him properly either. He's more of like an edge rusher instead of interior, and they put him on the interior. So, you're not using him properly, and that's the problem that I have. And Hunter Renfro, we had a name for Hunter Renfro. I'm gonna tell you something. You're gonna find it kind of funny. In Clemson, we had a name for him, and this could be crucial for the Texans. We always called him Third and Renfro. Because Joker always made a third down. When you needed a third down, he made that third down. You could rely on Hunter Renfro to make that third down.
I got it.
Like I said, it's not because I'm a Clemson fan. Yeah, I'm a Clemson fan, but I know how much good he could be for our team, and I really wish we would have gone after him. I really wish that in the offseason we would try to make a trade for him. But, who knows what's going to happen in the offseason. I just know Watson, and I know when you get him comfortable, there's no telling what he can do.
I agree. Now, I'm gonna speak on your point a little bit there. Then I'm what you said about Will Fuller, who they might can be replace him. But then I'm gonna also get back to this matchup right here. Now, who I think that probably could replace Will Fuller? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I do think that like Huncho says all the time on Soft Sports, your health is your wealth. And he has been injured a lot, and he stays injured, with the hamstrings and the groin. And that's one of the reasons why we got him, because of his speed. And if you can't stay on the field, I hate to say it, but no team is going to keep you. If you're not playing, they're not going to keep you. That's with any team, any sport. And I hate to put it like that, but it is what it is. So, who I think that could be good to replace him? Ooh, I don't know. That's a tough one. I had to give that some thought. I might have to do a whole separate video on that one. Give that some thought. Ooh.
Well, if you haven't looked at him, and I'll let you get on to your getting back to the game and everything, but if you have not looked at him, I kid you not, look up Hunter Renfro and look him up on YouTube, Hunter Renfro, and the highlights from what he does and what he's done with Watson, man. That's his go-to man. I'm telling you, he is. He is Will Fuller without injuries.
Okay. Now let's go ahead and get into this game. I think what's gonna be pivotal in this game is what's gonna help us win, kind of like what we did against the Patriots. Play more DBs in this game than defensive linemen and linebackers and all that. The reason why I say that is because the name won't come to my head at this point, but the Chiefs running back and their wide receiver Tyreek Hill. What's that running back's name right now? I can't think of his name. They are two fast motherfuckers. Excuse my language, but they are some. They are some quick. They can blow the top off of defense. So
they can.
So I think we need to play more DBs in this game, kind of like what we did against the Patriots. And I also think we need to have a spy in this game on Patrick Mahomes. Now, the difference with Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes does look to run. Deshaun Watson really doesn't. If you pay attention, Deshaun Watson run only if he feel like he needs to. Patrick Mahomes does look to run at times. So I think I think we need to. That's what we need to do. Set up how we need to set up our defense in this game. Now, who I think the X factor in this game is going to be, in my personal opinion, I think it's Kenny Stills.
And I'm glad you brought him up, man. That's my boy, man. I love Kenny Stills. I love since we got him and what he has contributed to our team, man. He just fits right at home here with the Texans, man. My thoughts is like, if you're having such problems with Will Fuller staying healthy, why not slide him over to be the second wide receiver, man? That joker could take the lid off the top of defenses, man. Yep. I mean, that joker's good at getting deep balls, just like Will Fuller is.
Yep.
I mean, I just don't understand it. But you keep him in the slot, and I'm like, really, why?
Yep. I think because Will Fuller is projected to play this game, so let's just say he plays and he's okay, he's 100%. Let's just go with that theory right there. And let's just say all our wide receivers are healthy, 100%. Let's just go with that theory. I think Hopkins should be in the slot, put Kenny Stills and Will Fuller's out on the edge. I think that would confuse their defense to the T. Because then we got great tight ends. You know, we got Duke Johnson, Carlos Hyde, who can come out the backfield and catch some passes. You know, we got Deshaun Watson, who's great at making decisions, you know what I'm saying, down the field and all that good stuff. So, and let's not sleep on the Chiefs game, whether it's offense or defense. Let's not sleep on them. And the reason why I'm saying that is we all know that the Chiefs is no slouch. And I'm not trying to say we can look past them, we won this game, none of that stuff. I'm not saying none of that crap. Let's just say this here. In order for the Texans to win this game, I think we need to try to implement the same kind of defensive strategy that we had like we played the Patriots. Put some more DBs on that field. Try to keep us. We didn't have a spy on Tom Brady because, he can't run. He's slow as hell.
You saw him try to run for a first down and NRG, man. That crap was hilarious.
Yeah, well, I was like, he was slow as hell, but but he got it done. So I can't knock him. He got it done. But
he did.
But we need to keep a spy on Patrick Mahomes. Yep. Now, also too, I think we like you said earlier, we do need to play man-to-man. Probably a little man-to-man / zone defense. Yeah. You know, I think that'll help us as well too. Now, also too, with Deshaun Watson, only take the deep targets if it's there and if it's available. Don't try to force it. I'm not saying he's done it before in the past. Yes, he has, but I'm not saying nothing like that. I'm saying this particular game, yeah, take those 5-10 yard passes. You know what I'm saying? Let your receivers, you know what I'm saying, make a play here and there.
You know what? Helped us win the last time we played KC? Do you know what honestly helped us win KC last time? Do you know what it was?
Ball control.
It was a little bit of that, but a lot of it had to do with Watson utilized all his weapons. He used running backs, he used tight ends, he used wide receivers, he used the deep ball, he used the short ball, he used everything that he had, and that's how you dissect a team like Kansas City.
Yeah, I can agree with that. And then that was my another thing that I was gonna bring up was control the clock as well too. Keep Mahomes on the bench. Now, let's flip this a little bit. Now, Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, he wanted revenge against the Texans for letting him walk out the door last season. Well, this season. He did not get it when we played him in the regular season. I hope we don't let him.
If you remember, I don't know why he wants revenge, man. If you remember, he's the one that walked out on us. He said, "Oh, I'm gonna be here all this time. I'll be here forever. I love it here in Houston." And the first offer he gets from Kansas City, "Oh, I'm out the door."
Yeah, basically, yeah. They offered him more money than what the Texans. Well, no, they offered him more guaranteed money than what the Texans was offering. And I'm not knocking the guy. Go get your money. Nothing's wrong with that. But when you say one thing and do another, people do look at you crazy. But that's a topic.
That's why a lot of people called him a snake, man. Because the Ducker was just a snake in the grass, man.
Yeah, I agree. But I think we should not let him get revenge in this game either, because I know he's going to be looking for it. So.
Man, we shut him down last time, man.
We sure did.
We talk about revenge, man.
Yeah,
we did. Him down last time. Man, we torched his rear end, man.
Yep.
He kept going around in circles, man, trying to catch us, man. That Joker wanted to have a revenge, man. Like, are you serious?
Oh man. But yeah, so I think that's my keys to win this game. What are your keys to win this game? What do you think we need to do to win this?
Well, because KC is healthy and we are healthy, if we start on defense first, because I see this really happening, is probably they're going to defer and or we're going to defer. I like it when we defer and we get the ball in the second half. That's just what we've done at Clemson all these years, and I like deferring it when you do the coin toss. But if we have to play defense first, though, just because it's bound to happen, and it would not surprise me at all for it to happen this game. Bradley Roby was, in my opinion, a great hire, a great pickup, because I feel like he is itching for an interception. And if we start off the game with Mahomes throwing an interception to Bradley Roby, that's going to set the tone for the game.
Okay.
If we're playing defense, all right? And I'm saying that if it's not at the very beginning of the halftime, beginning of the half, I'm going to say it's going to happen at some point, and he's going to change the game for us, because he's had almost 3 games now where he's almost had an interception.
Yeah.
That I can recall. He's almost, I mean, take the Bills. I mean, it went right through the guy's hands, man. It went right through the hand. He would have had a pick 6, man.
3 times.
You know?
Yep.
And exactly. He had it at the Patriots game you talked about. He just about had a pick 6 on that. I mean, I think it was twice he almost had a pick 6 on that. I mean, the way he's playing, the way he's reading the offense, man, I'm seeing it's just a matter of time before it happens. Okay. My second key is Watson. Play Watson ball. Don't try to impress. Try to show up Mahomes. Don't try to show out KC. Play Watson's ball. You do what Watson does. That helps you win that game. All right. And then the second thing is that defense, the entire defense. I'm talking about the defensive line. I'm talking about secondary. I'm talking about the linebackers. I'm talking about all of the defense has to play lights out this game. You play lights out, and you win the game. You shut them down where Tyreek Hill is shut down. Where there's another Clemson guy that's on the Kansas City Chiefs. I can't get the guy's name. Oh God, what's the guy's name? I'm trying to think of the guy's name, but he's another wide receiver. I'm trying to think of the guy. Sammy Watkins.
Oh, okay.
Shut him down. He's a threat that we didn't get to meet up at in week 6 as he was injured. All right, you shut him down. Them two, Tyreek Hill and Sammy Watkins, are really bad threats for the Texans. All right, you shut both of them down. Now Chiefs is going to have to rely on the run game. All right, because those are your two big receivers. All right, you're gonna have to. They're gonna rely on the run game and their tight ends. You shut them two down. What is Mahomes gonna do? Gonna run the ball every single time himself? I mean, really. I mean, it's really like I said. Defense has to play lights out. They have to play with the heart that they played with from the middle of the third quarter in the Bills game to the end. They have to play with that kind of fire the entire game.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can 100% agree with that. I can definitely 100% agree with that. Now, before we go here, man, I want to get your score prediction. Who you think is going to win, and what you think the score is going to be?
The Texans versus Chiefs in Arrowhead. What was the score last time? Do you remember what the score was last time when we faced them?
I don't remember, but I know we finished with a 7-point win. I don't remember the exact score. Wait a minute, you said week 6? No, I don't remember, but I know we won by 7.
I say if Watson comes out and plays the kind of Watson ball like I think he will, you may think I'm crazy when I say this, but I'm saying Texans win 32-17.
Ooh, wow. Wow. Dang. He talking about shutting them down.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if Watson plays like I think he will, because this is his first time that he's got to go to the next level in the playoffs. All right, I think he will make that step, and I'm telling you, if the defense comes to play, just like Watson comes to play, just like they showed up middle of the third quarter and into the fourth quarter, you ain't stopping the Texans. Okay. No matter how good your team is.
Okay. Yeah, of course I am a Texan fan. As y'all could probably see the Texans helmet right here behind me. I am a Texan fan. So I got to say we are going to win this game. And I'm going to say it's going to be somewhat of a high score. I'm going to say we're going to win this by one score. I'm going to say 30-25. That's what I'm going to say. I think we're going to win 30-25. That's what I think. Now, with the Bills game, I did predict we were going to win by 3. I said we're going to win the wild card game 20-17. We end up winning 22-19.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about the Bills game. All right, you got to understand this about the Bills game. All right, a lot of people think we should have just blew out the Bills game, man. We should have just that should have been an easy win. They shouldn't even have kept stayed around that game. Here's the thing about the Bills game. All right, and this goes into relation of the KC game. Okay. We destroyed the KC defense basically last time we faced KC. I mean, because we tore them up. We showed them that their defense ain't worth a crap, right? Well, you've got the Bills' defense is what, the second or third best in the league.